Hey, y'all, we are back and we have another grant. We are doing yet another video on nonprofit grants. So we're going to have a collection of 3 grant opportunities in this video, totaling $61,120. As always, if you get anything of value out of this video, beginning, middle, end, like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Turn on your notification bell. We do not want you all to miss these opportunities. And these opportunities do not have deadlines as the other ones did, unless I missed them, but I don't think I did, but double check. So whenever you see this video, you should go on ahead and apply for this opportunity or these opportunities. Check out the small business grant playlist. There are several opportunities listed there. Also, check out the nonprofit grant playlist as well. There are several opportunities there, and most of them are rolling deadlines. So whenever you see the video, you can apply. If you would like to support the channel, you can go ahead and check out the Patreon. Let me quickly jump over there so you can see what we got. Here is the Patreon. You can see the information is locked, but once you sign up to become a member, this information will get unlocked. I also have a category where I am doing a 1-hour Q&A every month to answer questions. But we have, $5,000 grant that was just posted, another one, but I don't want to, stay over there because I know y'all gonna come over there and support the channel. And I have finally launched my ebook on small business grants, and it talks about several different things. As you can see, it's not a lot of fluff. It is 30 pages of content written. I've, looked at it. I think the information is very helpful for beginners. Check out the description because I am going to have a discount code for my YouTube subscribers. So you'll be able to use that to get an additional discount on top of the introductory price that I currently have on the website. Now let's look at these grants. As I've said in the previous video, these will not be walkthrough videos. It'll just be lists of the information and a little details that I could find, because there's a wall that I cannot get past because I don't have the requisite information on nonprofits. But let's look at this first opportunity that is for $10,000. Okay, this first opportunity is from Community Heart and Soul. It is a seed grant program, and that's exactly what it is. It is seed money to either get your nonprofit off the ground or to continue doing the work that you are doing at a community level. This nonprofit grant opportunity is for smaller communities. So it's for resident-driven groups in small cities and towns to start the Community Heart and Soul model. I had to do some perusing to figure out what is this model, and I'm going to read you exactly what they said, what they consider the model to be. So the model is, it's a resident-driven process that engages the entire population of a town in identifying what they love most about their community, what future they want for it, and how to achieve it. I will also say that they do require that you have a letter of intent from your community, a municipality of some sort that is going to match the funding. There are a lot of grant opportunities at the state levels that you are likely overlooking just by not going to talk to your local councilman, councilwoman to figure out what opportunities are there. There's probably funds that's just sitting there that's earmarked specifically for your idea. And if they write a letter of intent to match, and you fit all of the other requirements, then you can apply for the Community Heart and Soul Seed Grant Program. You can have a fiscal agent, because I tried to get through some of the application and it wouldn't let me through the first page. And one of the questions was, do you have a fiscal agent? So yes, you can have a fiscal agent for this opportunity if your nonprofit has not been fully established. And when you think about a fiscal agent, if you don't know what that is, a fiscal agent is essentially somebody that has their nonprofit status, which is at the state level, but they do not have their tax exempt status, which is at the federal level. And what that does is the fiscal agent will agree to make sure that the funds are used for the purposes that they were awarded for. And then once they make that agreement, all of the money will have to funnel through the fiscal agent. And then typically you're going to have a fiscal agent agreement where you're going to pay a percentage of that money administrative costs to the fiscal agent because they're going to have to use resources, i.e. their staff, to manage your grant funds to then make sure that you're using them for what they're supposed to be used for. So again, if you're a nonprofit today and you're thinking, I can't apply for any grants because I don't have tax exempt status, find yourself a fiscal agent, get yourself an agreement with them, negotiate what that percentage should be. And I'm a firm believer of, I'd rather have 20% of something versus 0% of nothing, but do not pay 80% for a fiscal agent. It should, in my opinion, it should be less than 10% when you're negotiating those types of agreements. So this is this opportunity. So that is going to be our first opportunity for our nonprofits that are looking for grant opportunities. That is $10,000 worth of free money that you do not have to pay back. So remember, dig in somebody else's pocket instead of your own when you are trying to get your stuff off of the ground. Our second opportunity, it's $120, but when I tell you this $120 will change your world when it comes to a nonprofit. Even if you have a for-profit, even though for-profit, you're not eligible for this grant opportunity. So let's look at this one. All right, now I know most of y'all have heard of Canva, and Canva is a small business owner's dream. Okay, if you don't understand graphics, if you don't know how to, create stuff, Canva is going to be your best friend until you are able to fully outsource those things. And I myself have Canva Pro. I'm still, trying to figure it out. But this opportunity, I was incorrect. It's actually $240 because I completely forgot. So you have Canva Pro, then you have Canva Teams. So with Canva Pro, that's $120 a year, $119.99, but we're rounding up. But then the Teams piece is the exact same amount, the $119.99. With a team, that allows the multiple people to work on multiple projects at the same time. And I will say for myself in Canva, just being able to have the templates there where I can do plug and play. I can actually, it's like a thing called a brand kit. So I can use my brand colors, my brand font. And I think for nonprofits, that social media presence is the main thing that tends to be overlooked because they're so focused on being in community, as they should be. But having this opportunity through Canva where you get to essentially use all of their pro features, and Canva has rolled out so many other things, like you can do ebooks. I think now you can record and do webinars. It's just so many opportunities, and they are constantly adding new things. And I think as a nonprofit, because remember in our last video, we talked about how you can get your stuff ranked on Google and all of that stuff for free. So imagine being able to do your graphics in less than, 10 minutes, because, you got to figure out Canva, then you're able to rank. And now you bring in more funders. And we're going to have another opportunity in a whole nother video where you can get a free website as a nonprofit. All you need to do is Google Canva for nonprofits, and it's going to get you right here to this page. They talk about the eligibility requirements as well. And one of the things are you must have your 501c3 status. Status means federal level, nonprofit, state level, 501c3, federal level. And then you're going to have to provide documentation, which we've talked about in the previous video, which is likely going to be your articles of incorporation, your tax, what's the word? Your IRS. I couldn't think of it. Your IRS determination letter on top of your bylaws. And it might be some other things that's going to confirm that you are in fact a 501c3 designated organization by the IRS. That's that grant, which kind of, because that one, I don't see how you could get denied as long as you have the proper documentation to confirm that your organization is in fact considered a tax-exempt organization by the IRS. So if nothing else, get that going for yourself. And they got some AI tools that they're rolling out as well. So just get in there and play around in it, especially since it is free for you, not free for me. So I got to make sure I learn as much as I can before they charge me again next year. And our last grant opportunity is for $50,000. $1,000. And I am excited for this one for you all because this deals with technology. So far we've talked about we're in the community, working in the community. Now we're trying to get our graphics together. Now we need technology. So let's look at this opportunity. Our final opportunity, it is sponsored by Microsoft, y'all. And you want to be able to get in good with Microsoft. Okay. The laptop that I use is Microsoft. I've had other computers in the past. And when I tell y'all, I absolutely love my laptop. I know I need to probably upgrade and get another one so I can have a better camera. But for now, this is literally how I have been operating YouTube since day one, is with my handy dandy reliable Microsoft laptop. So again, they're not paying me to say this, y'all. So I don't have no affiliate, no money, no nothing. So I'm not saying this because, oh, I'm gonna get, I don't know what they pay people to mention them, but I do love their products. This grant opportunity, it is focused on community. And it says specifically, it is like one sentence, organizations that are engaged in community, and you can get up to $50,000. But they actually have other opportunities and other discounted programs for nonprofits that's just on a rolling basis as well, just like this grant. But if you don't get this grant, they have discounts on like Microsoft 365. They have discounts on some of their technology that you can purchase from them. They have discounts where they give you credits for certain things. So again, what I would recommend as a nonprofit, think about something that you need, that you might want to get, and a company that you love, and see if they have something that is for nonprofits. And most of these corporations, they have a certain amount of money or product earmarked for nonprofits. So definitely look into that. The only thing about this is you cannot have a fiscal agent. Okay, on our first grant opportunity, which was the Community Heart and Soul, you could have a fiscal agent. Microsoft says specifically that you must already be a 501c3 organization, and then you cannot utilize a fiscal agent to help you disperse, spend, track the funds. And then they also, when they were mentioning community engagement, they mentioned in-kind donations, partnerships. So what I'm going to gather from that is being in community isn't just, oh, we do community service events. They want to look at how are you partnering and leveraging community partners in order to get to your mission or to serve your mission. So if I am, which not if I am, because I am a lawyer, if an organization came to me as an attorney and said, hey, would you be willing to give us, I don't know, 10 hours of in-kind donations? And if you're not aware, as we've talked about in previous videos, in-kind donations is essentially volunteer hours that they then attach a monetary value to that. So if my fee is $250 per hour, and I say I'm going to give them 10 hours, that's $2,000. I hope that's right because math is not my thing. If it's wrong, yeah, I know what I meant. That then they can report to Microsoft and say, look, we partner with various attorneys or legal organizations in the community, and on average, we get $2,000 of in-kind donations, because that says that the community believes in your mission, vision, value as well. Because as an attorney or as an individual, period, I am not going to volunteer with an organization that I am not aligned with, that I don't have a passion behind what they are doing. I'm not going to give up valuable time just to give up valuable time, unless we don't want this to happen to nobody. You got mandatory community service and you like, whoever gonna take me, I'm gonna do it to get these hours over with. But no, when it comes to partnering, and that's the same thing if you have a community partner. So let's say you're partnering with Microsoft. Microsoft is not going to partner with a nonprofit that is not aligned with their mission, vision, goal that could potentially affect their reputation. So again, they're looking at it holistically. Not only are they looking at what you're doing in community, they're looking at who actually believes in what you're doing in community, right? Who's partnering with you? Who's giving you in-kind donations? So think outside of the box. not just for this grant opportunity, for any grant opportunity, because even with our small business grant opportunities, they look at community engagement. Come to their website, Google Microsoft Tech Spark is going to get you right here. They have Q&As, they have not Q&As, FAQs, yeah, but y'all know what I meant. They have FAQs, they talk about the things that they're looking for, and then they also list the other opportunities that they have available if you are not eligible for this grant or if you're not funded for this grant opportunity. That's our grant, y'all. So with the nonprofits, we do a list. Leave a comment. Let me know if you like that. I have another nonprofit video coming up that I know it's at least $400,000, but I'm trying to see if I'm going to add another one to that list. Other than that, you got anything of value out of this video, like, share, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bell. Get the small business grant ebook in the description somewhere, find that. And check out the small business grant playlist and the nonprofit grant playlist and get you some of this free money. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to spend with me virtually. I want to thank you for supporting the channel. And wherever you are in the world, I hope that you are having a beautiful day, and I will see you all next time.